After an unexpected and untimely exit from the race at Michigan International Speedway, NASCAR legend Kyle Busch is left to deal with his displeasure. The track's intensity, the clash, and the aftermath of a crash have all left Busch clearly concerned. Stay tuned to NASCAR Zone to find out why Kyle Busch's shocking statement, "They all raced to crash," sent shockwaves across the NASCAR community as we unearth the high-speed drama that happened on the racetrack. But before we dive into that, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. In an unexpected and dramatic twist of fate for Kyle Busch, the unfolding events during Sunday's riveting Firekeepers Casino 400 at the Michigan International Speedway took a turn that abruptly curtailed his participation in the race due to an early crash. The much-anticipated NASCAR Cup Series race, which had previously been marred by persistent rain and subsequently rescheduled to conclude on the following Monday, showcased an intense showdown between Busch and Ryan Blaney as they fiercely contested the coveted 10th place position. Regrettably for Busch, the high-stakes rivalry ignited a collision that reverberated with significant repercussions for both skilled drivers. As the two racing machines traversed turns 1 and 2, their trajectories intersected in an impactful contact. This forceful impact instantaneously wrested control from Busch's grasp, compelling his vehicle into an uncontrolled trajectory that culminated in a violent encounter with the unyielding exterior retaining wall. In the wake of this pivotal collision, Busch's demeanor palpably betrayed his vexation as he candidly conveyed his disillusionment with the prevailing state of affairs within NASCAR racing.
They all run hard. They all want to race to crash. And, I tried to make a move. And in the old days, guys that you're racing, they'd let you go and have that spot and work for it later. But this day and age is completely different. So I got a guy that ran on my outside and took the air off.
Following the untimely and unfortunate crash involving Ryan Blaney at the illustrious Michigan International Speedway, Kyle Busch's tumultuous season experienced an unwelcome addition in the form of another finish at the very bottom of the ranks. This disheartening outcome marked his 5th instance of a did-not finish in the ongoing 2023 racing season. This recent setback materialized merely 4 weeks after his preceding last-place finish, thereby exacerbating the growing array of challenges that have beset him throughout his endeavors on the racetrack this year. Now, let's take a look at other drivers. Reserving his most exceptional exhibition for the culminating phase of qualifying, Christopher Bell demonstrated a remarkable burst of speed that catapulted him into the coveted pole position for the impending Firekeepers Casino 400 NASCAR Cup Series race, scheduled to transpire at the illustrious Michigan International Speedway on Sunday. In an awe-inspiring display during the decisive segment of Saturday's qualifying, Bell masterfully navigated the expansive 2.0-mile circuit, recording a lightning-fast time of 3.7.232 seconds. This accomplishment translated into an astounding top speed of 193.382 miles per hour, marking the swiftest qualifying lap witnessed at any racetrack since the 2020 Daytona 500. Behind the wheel of his number 20 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota, Bell's astonishing feat outshone the competition by a mere 0.027 seconds. The entrancing speed of 193.242 miles per hour was effortlessly achieved by Ross Chastain in the Trackhouse Racing Chevrolet, securing him the impressive 2nd starting position. Not to be outdone, Ty Gibbs made a resounding statement by claiming the fastest lap of the entire day during the initial round, clocking in at an exhilarating 3.7.225 seconds, propelling his vehicle to an incredible speed of 193.418 miles per hour. Ultimately, this stupendous performance garnered him the 3rd starting spot on the grid, following a final round lap completed at an impressive pace of 193.024 miles per hour. For Bell, the acquisition of the pole position represented a gratifying reversal of fortune. Amid a string of lackluster performances, with 4 of his last 5 races culminating in finishes that fell short of the mark, Bell's triumphant qualification breathed new life into his competitive journey. We've been grappling with a bit of a rough patch lately, and I'll shoulder a fair share of that responsibility," admitted Chris Buescher, the triumphant driver from the previous Sunday's event at Richmond Raceway. Buescher's forthright acknowledgement resonated with the challenges the team has encountered, emphasizing his personal involvement in the team's recent struggles. Following his victory, Buescher secured an impressive fourth-place starting position in the current qualifying session. This was closely trailed by Martin Truex Jr., positioning 3 adept drivers from Joe Gibbs Racing within the top 5 qualifiers. As the Toyota drivers established their positions, their collective intent was to disrupt Ford's dominant winning streak of 8 consecutive races in the dynamic setting of the Irish Hills. The cream of the qualifying crop emerged from Group B of the divided field. Joey Logano, who had previously led Group A in the initial round of qualifying, translated his early success into a commendable 6th-place starting position in the final round. William Byron secured the 7th starting spot, trailed closely by Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, and Chase Elliott, rounding off the top 10 qualifiers. Amidst his current position, which places him 40 points adrift from securing the final playoff slot based on points, Chase Elliott remains resolute in his belief that a victory within the next 4 races remains imperative for his postseason qualification.
My stance has been the same since I got back, and I think we need to win. So, and like I've said, 1,000 times since I've been back, I think gaining a lot of points and contending for wins is very much one and the same. It's not coincidence that the guys that are high up in points have race wins, but they're also, leading the regular season thing or whatever it's called, too. Like, those two things go hand in hand. So if you're gaining a lot of points, you're probably going to have a shot to win. And if you're not, then you're probably not going to have a shot to win, So I think those are one and the same.
In a noteworthy observation, Kevin Harvick, a dominant figure who has claimed victory in 5 of the last 7 Cup Series races in Michigan, is poised to commence the race from the 22nd position aboard the number 4 Stewart-Haas Racing Ford. Stepping in as a replacement for the suspended Noah Gragson, Josh Berry, a regular contender in the Xfinity Series, secured the 35th position in qualifying while piloting the number 42 Legacy Motor Club Chevrolet. In a practice session that unfolded at the Michigan International Speedway on Saturday, Martin Truex Jr. asserted his dominance by claiming the top spot on the speed charts, leading a formidable 1-2 finish for Joe Gibbs Racing, JGR. Truex, the current leader in the NASCAR Cup Series standings, showcased his prowess by recording the swiftest lap at the 2-mile oval, clocking in at an impressive speed of 192.020 miles per hour. His JGR teammate Christopher Bell was hot on his heels, securing the 2nd fastest position with a lap speed of 191.985 miles per hour, while commanding the number 20 Toyota. William Byron, piloting the number 24 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet, captured the 3rd fastest lap, completing a lap at a velocity of 191.729 miles per hour. Notably, he also led the category of consecutive 10-lap averages, underlining his consistency. Ty Gibbs, another entrant from Joe Gibbs Racing, demonstrated his competitive mettle by claiming the 4th fastest position. This noteworthy performance was closely followed by Ross Chastain, rounding off the top 5 with his commendable pace. During the course of the split 20-minute practice sessions, Corey LaJoie encountered the only incident. He momentarily lost control of the number 7 Spire Motorsports Chevrolet while negotiating turns 3 and 4. Subsequently, his car made contact with the exterior retaining wall, causing minor damage to the right rear portion. The car eventually spun to the apron as a result of the incident. As the NASCAR regular season nears its end with 3 races remaining, drivers are gearing up for the Verizon 200 doubleheader event with IndyCar on the Indianapolis road course on August 13. This event provides a critical opportunity for several drivers striving to secure spots in the 2023 playoffs. The race will be the 3rd Cup event on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, with indications pointing towards a return to the renowned 2.5-mile oval next season, marking the 30th anniversary of the first Brickyard 400. Despite limited historical data, chaos has been a consistent theme in this event. The past 2 races featured a total of 11 cautions, and the road course's unpredictability has led to numerous cars and drivers going off course. The stakes are exceptionally high due to playoff pressure, with Chase Elliott, Alex Bauman, Bubba Wallace, Ty Gibbs, Michael McDowell, Daniel Suarez, Austin Cindric, and 2021 race winner AJ Allmendinger battling to secure playoff berths. Elliott and Bowman are facing must-win scenarios after crashing out at Michigan. While Elliott excels on road courses, the Indianapolis race's history of unpredictability adds an extra layer of uncertainty to the competition. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos on NASCAR updates. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.